Pentair Mastertemp heater flow restriction. So it is my goal to run my pump at the most efficient setting while keeping the pool heated and chemically balanced. I recently replaced / upgraded my pool heater. As the directions recommended, installed it with a bypass valve, 3-port diverter valve. I noticed that when I bypass the heater, my IC40 cell will register flow with my pump set as low as 750. However, when my heater is active and not bypassed, I have to run my pump at 1550 for the IC40 to register flow. Is this normal operation, or is there a blockage in the heater? It's a saltwater 16,000 gallon kidney-shaped pool, Pentair Easy Touch, Screen Logic, wireless, combination skimmer / pool drain intake, a cleaner intake, Pentair IntelliFlow variable speed, a Clean and Clear Plus cartridge filter, a Mastertemp 400 gas, IC40, and returning to the pool, and a waterfall.
Okay, so yes, this makes total sense, and here's why. When you're running your pump on as low a setting as you could run your pump, this is Emmy, by the way, our new little pool puppy. When you're running it at the lowest setting, that's equivalent to about a 1/2 horsepower pump. And what's happening is you're getting minimal water flow. Well, if you bypass the heater and run it directly return to the line, it's adequate. But as it goes into the manifold of the heater, so the manifold is about this big, and there's all these small tubes in that Mastertemp that loop around, and the flame is in the middle and it blows out to the sides and heats it. Well, you're taking water out of I would imagine, a 2-inch pipe, maybe even an 1.5-inch pipe, and now you're spreading it over a manifold and you're sending it all the way down these little tubes that are probably 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch. It might be 3/4 inch copper, but there's all this restriction happening as that water's going around, and it has to heat properly. That water has to go through that manifold slowly. You can't push it very fast. As a matter of fact, if you try to push it too fast, the inside of the heater has a bypass, and what people don't realize is that the majority of the water that goes into the heater doesn't go through the heater coil. It goes through the bypass and right back out. But in the process of all of that, you have a bypass with spring that requires some pressure to push it open. You have water having to slow down enough and travel all the way around through that heat exchanger and back into a collection tube and then back out. All of those things drop the gallons per minute because those are restrictions. The pump has to push harder to get water through those. So by expecting on the lowest setting to get that IC40 to kick on is not realistic because of the restriction that happens in the heater. The bypass, the beauty of having a bypass, especially when your pumps get bigger and your equipment gets more complex, is it allows you to not, you'll get less restriction. Let's say that same scenario, but now you're trying to run it through a waterfall or even through a hot tub, that water you want to heat the spa. By having a bypass, I don't have to push all the water into the heater, with which 80% of it's not going to go through the exchanger anyway, but it's going to get pushed through the manual bypass and back out, which causes all kinds of restriction in the heater itself. If you have a manual bypass, you can manually bypass most of it, so it's not putting pressure on the heater, but it's giving you more flow back at the spa. So the heater is designed to only take so many gallons per minute, but realize by sacrificing your flowage, you're getting maximum heat. So unfortunately, in this particular case, it makes a lot of sense to me that you would have to run that pump at 1,500 RPMs or so to be able to get the heater to operate and to be able to get the IC40 to operate.